Hey Goldies, how y'all doing? I'm just trying to get my message up here real quick. Hold on for 1 second. Sorry I've been away so long. I feel like it's been forever. So sorry. Hold on for 1 second. Okay. Okay, I think I got it all. Um, I'm going to welcome you all. Thank you so much for you all. Thank you so much, Gigi. I didn't even know how much I needed the break until I was on it. Y'all know I had a goal to get with these dusties every day for my 3 weeks. Um, but I didn't know how much I needed that break until I actually was in it. That whole little Lapeef thing, um, kind of like threw me for a loop a little bit because um, I just was so shocked at two women, um, you know, deflecting and, intentionally, um, intentionally ignoring a very real situation, in an attempt to support men who need to be supported in everything, but the conversation was not about them at that moment. And it just really threw me for a loop. I was shocked. You know, I was just shocked. So it took me a little bit of time. I did set a reminder for my response to the Lepeef stream, which will be taking place tomorrow between 12 and 1 p.m. Yeah, girl. Oh my goodness, Netta Jean, thank you so much. Girl, thank you so much. I appreciate it. That means so much to me, Netta Jean supporting the stream. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Netta Jean. Oh my goodness. See, y'all just blowing my mind, okay? But I wanted to welcome everybody to the stream. Sorry that I've been away. Thank you so much, Netta Jean. I really appreciate it. You have no idea. I'm sorry that I've been away, but I've been thinking about y'all and wanting to get back in. And I wanted to talk about some other things. I know we were supposed to talk about vetting, but I had that interview, hanging over my head, and I didn't want to talk about other things without first addressing the interview and all of that stuff. So it kind of I just sat back until I got everything back into perspective. But I really want us to get back on track with the conversation that we're having regarding, domestic violence in our community and the promotion of it. Um, I'm so happy that the conversation is going public and a lot of people are talking about it. And it's been difficult to bring the men to the table and to get them to be, to get them in a position to really address our very real concerns. But I see that happening and I'm so excited about it. So I wanted to give us an update. Y'all saw um, Y'all saw the 20K. We have 20K, 20,000 supporters, 20,000 people, not just women, but men too, who agree and understand and can see the danger that Kevin promotes and his followers also promote or contribute to the dangerous environment that they kind of contribute to. I mean, his words are what's energizing them, but the fact that they go out and promote his words and his speech and antagonize women in real life and in online communities, like, they make it so much more real. And to have 20,000 people that support, our goal of having him removed from easily accessible apps like YouTube and Instagram, it's just an amazing thing. And I really wanted to take time out today to thank all of our supporters and to thank you all in the chat for everything that you've done to get us to this point. Okay. Um, you know, I had no idea that we would get this far. I have so many goals lined up for us, and I know we will meet them. But just coming to this first goal is an amazing feeling. And I want to thank you guys, and I hope that you all feel accomplished. Like, this is all because of you, okay? Like, everything that you guys have done so far has brought us to this point. So I'm excited. I hope you all are excited and you really feel that, you have a voice, and your voice makes a difference. 20,000 people are supporting you. And, that's just an amazing thing. Let me see if I made the video when we were at 20,000. Um, I set up the video when we were at 20,000 in total. And now we are at 20,021. So we got a few more supporters since then. So clap, clap, clap for all of you. And I hope that you guys really know that this is, you ladies, you supporters really know that this is a victory for all of us. All right. Um, let's see. Oh, I also wanted to mention some people who made this possible. Okay. I hope I don't forget anybody, but these are people that I can remember tonight. All right. If I do forget anybody, please let me know and I'll make a correction, okay? Because I want to make sure that everyone feels honored in this moment, because this is such an amazing moment for all of us. But for Cassandra, she shared the petition first on her YouTube channel. She had a small following when she did it, y'all. And look at what has happened just from her one gesture, okay? A lot of people came in talking crazy about us only having 200, 300, 400 subscribers. But look where we are today with just a small group of supporters. That's an amazing thing. So Cassandra, Imuna, she's been here, she's been on the panel, she's been making videos and content about this and getting the word out and sharing it with her followers. Cherie Dani, she's here, she's been in the comments and sharing it and talking about it and really bringing awareness to our petition. And then Nyla and Taz, they've been talking about it to their communities and really providing a lot of evidence. If you guys check out some of their streams, you will see, like, the I keep saying this word, but you will see how dangerous Kevin and his followers, this Manosphere stuff is. It is crazy. And then Aya also had me allow me to call in the other day and kind of share some information with his audience. And Spiritual Whistleblower, she shared the petition in the early days, and after Cassandra shared it, Cassandra was the first one, and I think Spiritual Whistleblower was the second one, and she shared it with her audience, and things just took off from there. So I linked all of their channels in the description bar. If you all are interested in subbing to them and kind of checking out some of the things that they're doing, that would be good. But I wanted to give them their moment and really thank them for helping us to get to where we are now with our 20K. All right. So yeah. So I have been trying to find a way to separate our very real work, okay, from the mess of YouTube. So I created a new channel. I am going to update. Let me see. Hold on for 1 second. I am going to update the petition probably in the morning. I'm gonna update the petition in the morning, and I'm gonna share that channel there to the petition. And a lot of people have been criticizing, my channel, saying that about my subscribers. I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I never asked anybody on the change.org website or the petition form to follow my channel. Like, all of you all found me organically, and I appreciate that. But I am going to um, include this channel that I just put in the chat on the update to the change.org form. All right. And that it will be the formal channel that I will put all of the information regarding the efforts regarding the petition and the efforts regarding our participation with the Violence Against Women Act and the advocacy there, and any other thing that's like stemming from this petition work and all of that. Okay. I want to keep this channel going though, because the trolls and stuff are over here being messy. Thank you so much, Gigi. They over here being messy, and y'all know we like to drag the dusties every now and then. So they love our attention. Okay. So I'm still gonna have content and conversation over here. And this channel was made for women, where we discuss relationships and, girl stuff. So I still want to have this space available so that we can continue to do that and have a more formal place where we can discuss the petition and the laws and the advocacy and everything that we'll be doing there. Okay. So yeah, I've also created an Instagram page, and I'll probably share that tomorrow or something like that. All right. So yeah, with the petition, we are continuing to work forward to work towards our immediate goal, which is 25K. So you guys continue to share that petition out so we can get to 25K. But we have gotten some support from the community. We are going to start going into media and just spreading the message out wider beyond the YouTube space, and just really letting people know that we as Black women, women collectively, are standing against this hate speech and making our voices known about how it's affecting us in our daily lives, and letting everybody know that it's unacceptable. Like, it won't be tolerated. So that's where we are there. I do have a supporter that has reached out and has volunteered to connect me with different resources and opportunities and stuff. So I'm going to start looking into that. And then I'll share that information here and on the other channel as well. There will be some opportunities for you all to get involved too. Okay. So many of you in the chat have been here every day. You've been emailing me and sharing information with me. Girl, he needs to go, okay? He trying to leave before he get kicked out, and that's fine. Leave before you get kicked out, okay? But y'all have been supporting the message and like really getting it out there. It's not about me, it's about us, and I appreciate all the work that you have been doing so far. And there will be more opportunities for you all to like work towards the goals that we have set out. And as it stands right now, I'm going to talk about this more in my video tomorrow. Hold on for 1 second. Okay, I'm going to talk about this more in my video that I have tomorrow, in on ways that you can support. I'm hoping that we'll even be able to get Jessica and Courtney to support since they had so much to say. Thank you so much, Miss Blue Love. Since they had so much to say, I'm hoping that we can get their support as well. But there are going to be ways for you to support and kind of help us well, not kind of, but help us get to our end goal, which is advancing that violence against women legislation. My ultimate goal is to have a sentence enhancer placed on domestic violence crimes. And if it can be proven that the perpetrator of those crimes were part of the Red Pill community or a listener of Kevin Samuels, then that will carry an additional penalty there. So that's my ultimate goal. But I'll let you ladies know more about it tomorrow and how you will be able to like help out, because it is a collective effort and like we'll need you to get this thing done. Okay. So make sure that you, if you can, set your notifications so that you can attend my response tomorrow. I've been waiting, trying to calm down. Okay, because I don't want it to be about drama. I really want to speak to some of the concerns that they have, but one of the reasons why I listened to my advisors, okay, and didn't go to the interview was because it was just a mess. Like it was such a tacky mess. And it was a whole bunch of drama and just the opportunity for you know how we do when we get with people that we don't like. We call names and mudsling and we're disrespectful and all of that stuff. And I'm not interested in any of that. What I'm interested in is our stated goals in the petition and talking about those things. I'm really not trying to fight with nobody. And I saw that that was an opportunity, like they wanted to fight. And I'm just not about that. So I let a few days pass before I got back into that conversation because um, this is not about fighting each other. This is about the fact that every 21 hours, a Black woman is killed by the hands of a Black man. You know, that's something that in this community in particular, we need to talk about and we need to make sure that we keep it in the forefront. Okay. And accusations and criticisms and, all of that stuff really does nothing to um, to provide a solution to a very real issue that we are all dealing with, or faced with. And when we talk about the supporters of Kevin, his followers, these are people that we are like shoulder to shoulder with every day, and we don't even know it. We don't even know like these guys that are online talking about killing us or slapping women or wanting to see women in a pool of their own excrement and all of that stuff. We don't even know that we are walking shoulder to shoulder like in the same grocery stores, in the same malls, in the same gyms with these people. We don't even know it. And that's something that we really need to like keep at the forefront of our minds. It's not about if I'm married or not. It's about the very real reality that our safety, you know, could be in jeopardy if we don't make it known and um make it publicly known that this rhetoric is endangering all of us. Okay? It was 6 hours. Was it 6 hours? Girl, I was trying. Are you talking about the stream? All things Netta Jean. Are you talking about the stream? It took me a minute to get through that whole stream, and it was just a whole bunch of um mudslinging. That's all I really heard. But let's see. I'm gonna see if I can do a screen share real quick. It's 12 o'clock. So my girl, I don't know if I wanna say her name. I don't know if she want me to say her name. Oh, every 6 hours? I have not heard that. Listen, they want statistics. Show me that in writing, okay? All things Netta Jean. My email is goldiejones1205 at Gmail. Show me, put that in my email so that I can see it, okay? Because if it is, girl, we taking our talking points up a couple notches tomorrow for that video. All right. So let's see. Okay, yeah. So yeah, send that to me so that I can, okay, so that I can go and get into it. That was another thing. Like they kept wanting to have statistics and wanting to find a way to kind of negate what was being said. After you hear that the statistic that I had was the every 21 hours. After you hear that every 21 hours a black woman is killed by the hands of a black man, like you don't really need to hear anything else. But they even got to the point where they were saying, "Oh no, not the 21 hours. Oh, that's the only statistic she has." And my thing is that I really didn't need any more than that. Because once you acknowledge that, that's enough. We need to talk about that. And we really need to talk to men about that. And I don't want to get too deep into it, but a lot of this violence is being excused in our community over women saying things. It's not even about women being physically aggressive or hitting a man first or any of this stuff. When Kevin promoted domestic violence on his stream, it was in response to a woman saying something. All of these situations are in response to a woman saying something that they didn't like. It wasn't hitting, it wasn't he felt his life was in jeopardy. It wasn't any of that. It was because they feel that the black woman's mouth, quote unquote, mouth is out of control. And that gives them justification to hit her. And we know every 21 hours somebody is killed beyond that because of that. Yeah, girl, yes, I need to see if it's really the 6 hours. Because if it is, that is shocking, okay? So let me read to y'all um an article. All right. Hold on. Let me read to y'all an article, but I didn't see this video, but let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. All right. I'm gonna play this video. But this is gonna be my first time seeing the video. I'm watching it with y'all. I didn't um my goodness. I didn't see this video when I read the article, but I see that it's in reference to the article itself. So I'll go ahead and play the video. All right. And then we'll read the article. This is something else that I wanted to talk about tonight in regards to our celebration. Okay. So here it is. Let me see.
Christopher Cleary
Yeah, let me know
of an attempted
if
threat
y'all
of
can hear.
terrorism and sentenced him to 0 to 5 years in prison.
Put a 1 in the chat if you just heard that news reporter. I don't want to play the whole thing if y'all can't hear it. Okay, you heard it. Okay, let me get it going again.
Judge found Christopher Cleary guilty of an attempted threat of terrorism and sentenced him to 0 to 5 years in prison. Cleary was charged with after police say that he made the threat to women on Facebook back in January. Officers say that he was upset with women because he was a virgin.
Let's read what he was saying here. All I wanted was a girlfriend, not 1,000, not a bunch of hoes, not money, none of that. All I wanted was to be loved, yet no one cares about me. I'm 27 years old and I've never had a girlfriend because I'm still a virgin. This is why I'm planning on shooting up a public place soon and being the next mass shooter because I'm ready to die and all the girls that turned me down is going to make it right by killing. And he continues.
Which prompted him to make the threats. Now, he was arrested in Provo on the same day of several women's marches. Today, Cleary's lawyer argued for probation, stating that Cleary had a very disturbing childhood and that he was diagnosed with mental health issues at the age of 10. But in the end, the judge found him guilty. Live in Provo, Lexi Johnson, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Wait, hold on. Let me stop this.
What the
Wow. Okay, so okay, so right, my goodness. Okay, I didn't even hear that article when I that news video news report once when I read this article. I didn't even see it pop up. But that just really expands the conversation. I know that um they were talking about the title says men going their own way forums. All right. As you get into the article, you'll read that it's also noting the manosphere. There is a subsection or a offshoot of what's considered to be the white manosphere, which is like the big manosphere or whatever, and they call themselves the black manosphere. Okay, and see, the thing is like with the the instance where Kevin promoted domestic violence, people should know better. I'm assuming that these guys are smart, they're intelligent, they know better. They know that they are aligning themselves with abusers, like when Kevin mentioned um Sean Connery. He had to have known that he was aligning himself with a known woman beater, abuser. Okay. He had to have known this. And I can't sit here and pretend that he didn't know that he was aligning himself with a woman beater, with an abuser, with someone who had committed domestic violence and everybody knew it. Hey, well, it's okay, girl. Thank you so much. Yes, 20K. 20K. So we're on the road to 25K. So keep sharing the petition, all right? I want to get to 100K, and we are going to start the next steps. I'm going to lay out the next steps in the video tomorrow. So set your notifications. But it would be good if we could get 100K signatures and supporters out there. Hey, MJ. I loved your stream tonight, girl. Thank you so much for coming over. Some man brought the manosphere. And yes, and so that's what I was about to get into, Walk. Okay, so the black guys have aligned themselves with the white movement. Okay. The white movement is the manosphere. The black guys created the black manosphere. They didn't even come up with a different kind of name or something. They just call themselves the black offshoot of what the white guys were doing, right? So what the white guys are doing is what was just mentioned in this news reporting, okay? So these highly intelligent men have aligned themselves with other men that are abusive in nature. And I'm shocked that they would do this, okay? But recently, about 3 days ago, someone bought the rights or trademarked the name, the Black Manosphere. So there is a split in the group now where there's the original Black Manosphere guys who have, excuse me, who have been doing their quote unquote work and terrorizing Black women online with all of their criticisms and admonishments. And that's actually the community that Kevin came out of. Okay. um, that Black Manosphere group is now split, or they are warring with this new Black Manosphere group that has been trademarked. Okay, they all belong to the same community at first, but once the person trademarked the name Black Manosphere and they created a magazine or something, but once they trademarked that name, then some of the community went with this new person, and a large number of the really problematic members stayed. Like they refused to support that the trademark version of the Black Manosphere. So it appears to me that the trademark version of the Black Manosphere, that side, wants to talk about more forward thinking, you know, initiatives and really try to like bring the community together. Whereas the side that's not trademarked, the side that Kevin came out of, still wants to continue on in their criticisms about women, Black women in particular. They still want to be able to say all of the stuff that they have been saying and, really promote that hate speech. It seems that they really want to continue to do that. What I foresee happening there is that, yeah, they should have woke. I don't even understand how they let it get to this point, but that just lets you know that um, the side that Kevin came out of, the side that is not trademarked, their focus all along has been to just degrade women online. It has been more closely aligned with what we heard in this news reporting, talking about women that turned them down and women that they don't like and things that women do that they don't approve of. And for the past 5, 6 years, or however long it's been, maybe 10 years, they have made it their online business. And now with Kevin having such a huge following, it's, spilled over into, reality, but they've made it their business to just talk about Black women. That's all I wanted to do, was talk about Black women and ridicule and embarrass Black women. We're going to talk a little bit about hate speech tomorrow, but that's what they wanted to do. They didn't want to trademark. They didn't want to create any, tangible goods for sale. They didn't want to impact the community in a positive way. They didn't want to bring the community together in a positive way. They just wanted to sit there and talk about Black women wearing weave and being ugly and being fat and how we don't deserve men and how we should die and get whooped and beat for saying stuff and yada yada yada. That's all they wanted to do. And when this new person came in to trademark the name, it just made it painfully obvious that these guys in the old sector um, had nothing better to do but spend their time talking about women. It's so embarrassing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they can thank their godfather for this. I am so embarrassed for them. And it's so shocking that it's continuing to come out that these men just are looking for an online daddy figure. And it's like there are so many good men in real life that they could meet and work with and get to know and have as a mentor. But instead, they feed off of these lies that Slickback be talking and promoting, to really feel like they have a community, feel like they have a brotherhood. Okay. Um, I see. I got a message. Um, okay. I have to read it. I'll read this message tomorrow in my video tomorrow. All right, but let's go in and let's read this article real fast. All right, and then I'm gonna shut it down for tonight, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay. But it says that Reddit banned the notoriously anti-feminist Men Going Their Own Way subreddit forum Tuesday, as well as their backup forum, Men Going Their Own Way too, for violating rules about inciting violence or promoting hate. After roughly a decade of Reddit user complaints against the group for inciting violence or promoting hate, the MGTOW, MGTOW group, which has been called the Toxic Male Separatist Movement, was banned, leaving some people to wonder what took so long. Reddit's site-wide policies explicitly prohibit. Ooh, that scared me.
You've been waiting for the next round.
Sorry.
And now
Did I close it? What
Introducing
happened?
the next generation
Oh my goodness, wait.
agility and comfort. The new Razor Trail and Razor.
Okay. I don't know what happened there. I clicked off the article because it was just too loud. I'm sorry, but that scared me. But here, I'll read it from my phone, okay? Because those ads are gonna keep popping up. Let me see. Let me find it again. I'm scared to put it back on because I don't want those ads to be popping back up. Okay. I hope y'all don't mind me reading it. Okay. So it says Reddit's site-wide policies explicitly prohibit content that incites violence or promotes hate based on identity or vulnerability. The subreddit in question was banned in accordance with these policies, a Reddit spokesperson wrote in an email to Newsweek. I know, girl. Scared the heck out of me, okay? Yeah, it scared you too, Gigi. It scared me. Girl, the O'Shea Vlogcast channel. Well, since we up in here, I'm gonna go over this article that that was on his website. I'll do it real fast. Men Going Their Own Way, or MGTOW, whose members many say have joked about violence against women and grape for years, has been connected with the online Manosphere, a subculture group made up of mostly men's rights activists and incels, which is short for involuntary celibates who want revenge, sometimes violent revenge, against the women they believe wield sexual power in society. A now widely circulated January 2020 scholarly report written by a group of computer scientists framed the manosphere as a movement growing in troubling ways, showing how it has been concretely associated with acts of domestic terrorism. This report showed that the MGTOW group specifically had been linked to multiple occurrences of online harassment and real world violence. It pointed to a frequent visitor to the MGTOW community, Christopher Hansen, a U.S. Coast Guard lieutenant and self identified white nationalist who was sentenced to 13 years in prison for stockpiling unregistered gun silencers, stockpiling weapons as an addict of a controlled substance, and possession of controlled substances. Prosecutors said his computer search history was riddled with phrases like kill as many people as possible and killing school, as well as bomb making guides, manifestos of mass bombers, and tens of thousands of visits to the MGTOW subreddit, according to a report from the Department of Homeland Security. After this article came out, Reddit placed the MGTOW group under quarantine, according to the Daily Dot. Okay, that means the subreddit wouldn't appear in searches, recommendations, and would show a warning before one could enter. Still, the group was allowed to stay while it continued to violate Reddit's clearly stated policies on promoting hate. The Reddit spokesperson declined to comment further when repeatedly asked why MGTOW was only just being banned after having reportedly violated these stated policies over a period of several years. All right, so they wanted to know what took them so long. So that's the end of the article. So they wanted to know what took them so long, and a lot of people want to know what took them so long, but this brings a lot of credibility to our petition. All right. Um, we state in our petition a lot of the stuff that was just um, written in this very same article. Okay. And it brings more credibility to what we have been experiencing online and what some of us have experienced in real life in dealing with these people who follow this manosphere rhetoric. Um, and, it's a shame that Black men have aligned themselves in this way and allowed themselves to propagate the same kind of hate that we are seeing in those larger communities. Um, I don't know, girl. It's just so messy over there. But he seemed really upset by it. He seemed very upset by it. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't see why he didn't trademark it himself. But I don't know, girl. Who knows? It's a mess anyway. Okay. Let me see. And in my video where I asked if he was proud of the community that he created, like why how could he be proud of the atmosphere, the online environment, and what has spilled over into daily life that he's created? Like, how could any man really be proud of that? In my video tomorrow, I'm going to talk a lot about how women are protecting these men in an effort to be considered eligible for a husband. But look what kind of husbands you are, what kind of men you are allowing yourselves to be like open for. These men are not husbands. They are not husbands. They are not husbands. They are jaded and hurt. Jaded and hurt. Okay, I'm gonna say the rest for tomorrow. Let me see. Okay. So let me see if I can get this article up, and we will talk about it a little bit more in depth. But since one of you brought up, let me see. Since one of you brought up O'Shea's name, I want to just take a second to read this. Thank you for these messages that I'm getting on my phone right now. Y'all would be surprised by how many men do not approve of this mess that's going on with these guys. Do I? Thank you. You know what? When I was in college, there was this lady that, yeah, well, you always allowed to be messy, girl. There was this lady in after I graduated college in my first job, and she used to type like 90 words per minute. I don't know if it was really 90, but it was a lot. And I was in secret competition with that lady. I'm like, she ain't finna out type me. So I taught myself how to type fast because of this lady. She was like an older woman, and she didn't want to teach nobody her skills. I guess she felt some kind of way. But anyway, I taught myself, so that's where that came from. Thank you, girl. But let's go into this. Right, girl, I was up in there, I was typing for hours over there, like, nah, she ain't finna type faster than me. Girl, woke, okay, let me ask you. So yes, okay, woke. I was there yesterday when Jessica X got kicked out of the stream. Now, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it tomorrow, so don't get me to talking today. But the thing that really threw me for a loop was how how Jessica and Courtney both aligned with what we all clearly know is like abuse. Why would they do that? Like, as women, like, why would they do that? Like, why would she try to justify this behavior? Everybody who has any type of common sense knows better, except for her and Courtney too. Like, Courtney, why would you do that? And after that whole little thing, I had to get my mind right because they wanted me to get a little hood, okay? And I ain't trying to get hood, all right? But after that whole little interview, I had to like recenter because I'm like, why would they come at me like this over something that is so valid? And for Courtney, after the interview, the way she was dragged on that channel, yes, woke, them people turned against her so freaking fast. Now, I don't believe she was, I don't, excuse me, I don't believe she was fired. I believe she just didn't come today. And I think she's gonna come again next week or whenever they have another conversation. I think I heard Amira saying that they have a conversation on Sunday. So I'm guessing they have another live stream on Sunday. But I haven't been following the group, so I don't know what their stream schedule is like. But I think there's another conversation. Yes. So how did you know then? Woke. How did you know if you didn't see it today? But she wasn't there today, but I think she'll be there Sunday. But I'm just so surprised how she put on this big old cape for black men hitting women over saying stuff and then turned around and was dragged to shreds by those very same men that congratulated her and supported her and approved of her, sending a message to women that it was okay to be hit. Girl, it tripped me out. I'm like, at first everybody was like, yeah, Courtney this, Courtney wifey material, yada yada. Soon as Courtney said something they didn't like, did you see how they did her? I gotta save it for tomorrow. I gotta save it for tomorrow because I'm talking about that tomorrow too. Okay. But anyway, let's talk about O'Shea real fast. Yeah, so everybody in the comments was saying, girl, a lot of these people don't believe in God for real and they don't believe in karma. Because if they did, they wouldn't support the BS. Okay? There's no way that you can support this mess. There's no way that you can like excuse this stuff. There's no way that you can like pretend that it's not what we said it is. And with Reddit also saying that it is what it is, there's no way that you can like keep pretending. Stop lying to yourself and stop thinking that all women are just as desperate as you and want to be whooped by a man. Okay? They wanted to try to call it domestic discipline, but no, he was talking about smacking you in your mouth because you said something that he didn't like. Okay? And then he started talking about domestic discipline. You don't believe me? Check the video. Okay? Nobody wanted to say nothing about that video, but before I dropped the video, she's lying, she's making it up. And as soon as I put it out there, nobody wanted to say anything, but still be aligned with men who will smack you in your mouth for saying something that they don't like. Girl, I don't understand. You know what? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about this. But men, since these women are so hard up for a man and for a husband, men really value and appreciate women who love themselves and women who have self-respect. Courtney kept wanting to know what I looked like and if I was married and wanting to know if I would cam up. She said it several times in her video. But look how pretty she is. And look how single she is. It ain't about being cute, okay? It's not about if you a beauty queen, all right? It's about if you got some self-respect and if you got some love for yourself. If you got some love for yourself and you have some self-respect for yourself, he knows that you can also have the same thing for him, okay? But if you a airhead and you can be swayed anyway, or you can support some BS that you know is some BS, he don't want you. Girl, and then they had the nerve to tell her that she put all her business on YouTube. I didn't know nothing about the girl until I started looking through YouTube. I feel like I know everything I want to know about her. Her mama name, her grandmama's name. I know everything. I know everything because she didn't just put it in all these videos. All right. So let me go ahead. Mm-hmm. Either way, girl, and you know what? It it spoke volumes, woke. But the thing that she was saying is, I mean, the thing that was crazy to me is after all of that, the men said, "Oh, now I see why she's single." Girl, they was done so fast. And I'm like, all of this caping for these men who threw you away, honey, just like that. Oh, I know why she's single. Oh, she been faking and pretending since day one. Oh, she just like this one. She just like that one. Girl, please. All of that because a new girl came on the block and the new girl stood in her own convictions and her own respect as a woman. Girl, they gonna learn the hard way. They gonna learn the hard way. All right, now one thing that Jessica brought up, and I'm gonna have to go into this more tomorrow. This stream probably gonna be like 3 hours tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to cut it down because I don't have that much time for these girls. Okay, if these girls made it to 20, Jessica saying that she's 25, but Courtney was trying to come at me, y'all, in the beginning of the video. She said that I look old enough to go and dig up um, an old encyclopedia and search something up or whatever. And girl, me and her is like the same age. Courtney almost 40. Okay, because all her business on YouTube. She almost 40. So, girl, what are you talking about? Okay. But anyway, this Jessica was talking about me being aligned with other content creators and not finding anything wrong with their words. But here we have an article from um, Donovan Sharp. All right. He's a popular YouTuber. He is one of Kevin Samuels' supporters, and Kevin supports him as well and shouts him out. All right. And this article is found on O'Shea Duke Jackson's website. It's from 2017. It's been here since 2017. It's going on what, 4 years old? Okay. And it's with the Negro Manosphere. The same camp that Kevin be repping. Okay. But anyway, I wanted to show y'all this a couple days ago, but y'all know I decided to take a break. I'm going to get deeper into it tomorrow, but this is the article, Abuse versus Punishment, the difference between the two and why it works, okay? Now I'm just going to have to mention that Jessica is vicariously aligned with this as well. So she has criticisms about everybody else, but doesn't see how she is aligned with abusers and want to justify this abuse and want to pretend that, you know, it's not harmful or whatever. I don't know what her goal is, but we're going to get more into it tomorrow. Now, there was a disclaimer. I don't know if this disclaimer was always there, but there was a guy named Port Deadbeat Dad. I'll link his video. I linked it in another video that I made, but I think it's Deadbeat Dad. He is actually the one that brought me to this article because he mentioned it in one of his videos, okay? But I don't know if after he made the video, they added the disclaimer, but anyway, there's this disclaimer here, okay? Now, this disclaimer is basically saying that they don't condone everything that's written in this article. So they have an article on their website that basically, as an analogy, teaches you how to like sell drugs, but then they'll write a disclaimer and say selling drugs is illegal and we're not telling you to do it. But if you want to do it and be successful at it, this is how you do it. Okay? Like, why would they even put something and allow something like this to stay on a website for years if they weren't in advocacy of women being abused? Okay? So, back in February, I did a podcast on why women tend to stay with abusive men. Today, I'm going to talk about the difference between abuse and punishment and why reprimanding a woman not only works within the context of a sexual relationship, but also helps her to be a better woman. Okay? So, defining the abuse or defining the difference. Okay? So, the main difference between punishment and abuse is that abuse is either extreme, unfounded, or both. Punishment is a verbal or physical reprimand for a perceived wrong or a broken rule set in place. Okay? The bottom line here is that punishing an individual for doing nothing wrong is abuse. This goes for both men and parents. Now, mind you, in almost every state in this country, physically reprimanding your child, whooping your child is against the law. I don't care what they done wrong. It's against the law, right? But for some odd reason, they think that it's okay if the child has done something wrong. I'm guessing, okay? Allegedly or whatever. I don't know. Okay. All right. Okay. Yelling at your woman for no apparent reason could be construed as verbal abuse. Any woman that responds favorably to verbal abuse is one you should not keep around long because chances are keeping her around might require you to commit crimes against her, physical or sexual abusive. Okay? We're going to go through this article more tomorrow. Okay? But I just want to take a little time and talk about it. Okay. Okay. Tyrone is eating dinner. Tyrone, okay, is eating dinner with his woman, and she either burps loudly at the table, something he's told her not to do because it's not feminine and makes her unattractive. He instructs her to stand up, bend over, and pull down her panties. He swats her firmly 3 times on the ass, as that is the punishment agreed upon for indiscretions such as this. Obviously, there is a slippery slope. While there are many good reasons men hit women, infidelity, paternity fraud, theft or destruction of his property, when she physically attacks him first, it is illegal, and that's the reason why men should not hit women. Who actually wrote? Okay, let me see. There's a part in this where Donovan admits that he hits his woman. Okay. Even if a woman is with a man who has never laid his hands on her, if she isn't 100% certain, he wouldn't knock her ass out if she got out of pocket. She'll have a healthy respect for him and will tread carefully in terms of waking up the sleeping giant. She will keep that respect until the relationship ends and he'll never have to hit her. Okay, say what you want, but it's true. If a woman knows with 100% certainty that her man would never put hands on her no matter what she does, she doesn't respect him. She can say she does, she can try to show that she does, but a woman who is not physically afraid of a male does not have much respect for said male. Women respect abusive men infinitely more than non abusive men. Okay. So we're gonna get more into this tomorrow, okay? I cannot believe that they wrote this. And not only did they write it, but they allowed this to sit on a public website for 4 years. Okay. Now this is all for you to be the man that women want to fuck. Be the man who is unafraid to do what your masculine hard drive is designed to do. And more disclaimer, within the bounds of the law, of course. Why don't they ever talk about um why don't they ever talk about just like not dealing with that woman? They always talk about um having to hit this woman or check this woman or slap this woman in the mouth or yada yada yada, but they never talk about just not dealing with the woman. Why are they so hard pressed that they feel like they have to control a woman instead of getting a new woman? I don't understand. I realize that a lot of men don't take everything KS says at face value. I think the emphasis on domestic discipline is exaggerated simply because most Black men don't feel it's even necessary. Well, you know what? I can't tell. FYF sports debates. And I've been seeing you in my comments for a long time. Well, for the last 2 weeks or so. And you have been defending a lot of what Kevin says. And just like you, a lot of his followers have also been defending and promoting a lot of what he says. So I don't know. I mean, I just don't believe that you guys take it at face value or that you won't actually do it. Because what you write um, in these online forums and the things that you say um, in real life to women uh, leads us to believe that we should be on the lookout for somebody thinking it's okay to slap the hell out of us because they want to. Let me read a little comment. I'm gonna go into this tomorrow. Hey Jess, how you doing, girl? I'm gonna go into this tomorrow in my longer video, and I'm about to get ready to shut this video down, okay? Girl, and why they keep letting him back on? Woke. Why do they keep letting him back on? But let me read this comment. I'm gonna go into my commentary more about this comment, but I just want to leave y'all with this comment. Wow. At this very moment, I stopped respecting your opinion. As a survivor of domestic abuse, I find it very disturbing that you would urge men to call the police, but not women. There are thousands of women going through abuse right now and wouldn't tell a soul. Those very same women will end up dead. I understand you want to be picked. We all do. But this rhetoric you're spewing is toxic. You're really advocating that men call the police on us, but not the other way around. What is the percentage of Black men getting physically abused? Biologically, there's no way we could subjugate them. Yes, men get abused and they should speak up, but that's the exception, not the rule, as your boy KS would say. Anyway, peace, love, and blessings to you. I pray that you become the wife you desperately want to be. If any woman or man is going through domestic violence, get out and don't be afraid to contact the authorities. Lastly, I believe in freedom of speech, so KS has a right to say what he wants. But that man that used to abuse me was an avid KS fan. Okay? No, girl, I'm going to tell you tomorrow where I got this comment from. Okay? This sentence says, but the man that used to abuse me was an avid KS fan. Somebody asked her how long was she being abused. She said it started about 6 months ago, and last week he pulled a knife out on me. So it's still pretty recent. I'm living in real life slash time. That's why I'm so passionate. He was also a high value man according to KS ideology. Remember, ladies, high value doesn't mean high quality. Thank you for your concern. That's what she said. Okay. So tomorrow I'm gonna show you where I got that from, girl. Okay. I'm gonna show you where they got that from. And see, as a married woman, I'm gonna say that it's even more important that we take a public stand against this, because once you are married to this person and in the house with this person and maybe even have a child with this person, it's very difficult to say something and get out of those types of situations. So many women don't want to be shamed of by being a single mother, or don't want to possibly end up on welfare or in poverty by leaving the man. So they try to rationalize and say that if they just do this right or just do that right, then they won't be abused, or they can keep him nice or something like that. But the reality is that an abuser is an abuser. And when you have a community of people justifying abuse, he has no real repercussion, especially if you're not going to report it. And if you do report it, especially if you're not going to see it through into conviction. So it's just a dangerous environment that's being created for everyday women. Okay. Right. And girl, when we talk about the winter is coming, when I get a chance to get back on my videos, one of the videos I'm going to do about the winter is coming is why your education is so important. This is this winter that they trying to scare y'all into letting these dusties in your house for, these dusties that don't have a place to live and a place, to call their own, is so that they can be protected from the cold weather. Your education prevents all of that, okay? Because you can pay your own bills. All right. You don't need no man to help you pay your bills. Your education gives you the freedom to be protected from the cold weather. But they have been talking for the last 2 or 3 years about how your education doesn't matter, so that you won't go out here and pursue your higher degrees. So that when it does get cold out here, then you have to accept some dusty just to make it through the cold weather. No, you don't, okay? Because your education has value, okay? If you got a little bit of it today, get more of it tomorrow. Don't ever let them make y'all think that education is not important. That's what protects you, okay? Um, your group, men who agree with a few aspects of what KS says, into the same bundle. A lot of men on my platform, and in our conversation, no one has agreed with the domestic discipline concept. You know what, FYS, you can stop, okay? Because everybody was agreeing with that last week before I made my video that showed the difference between the domestic abuse being promoted and the domestic violence conversation, right? You can just stop. I don't even watch Kwame Brown. I don't even pay attention to him. Girl, you know what? What he trying to scare us with this winter is coming into taking these men in because he know that they don't have a place to stay. He trying to help his little bum dusty followers have a place to stay this winter, because they don't have a place to stay. And he said that he, for the average man, most of his followers, the people who support him, are like broke. And he said that they like make 40K and less. These men don't have anything going for themselves. So they need you to have low self-esteem, okay? So that you will feel low enough about yourself to take one of them in. All right, and shield them from the cold weather, while they turn around and tell you that your degree and your education doesn't matter. The only way that you're able to open the door for them to come in is because you have education. Okay, and it matters because it's paying your bills. It's something that they don't have. All right. Yeah, his own fans are slowly realizing, and they're beginning to see that he just be lying and talking. He just say whatever at the moment that sounds good. At one point in time, he'll tell a woman that her education doesn't matter, and that every man should have an opportunity to be with her. And then in the next conversation, he'll tell a man that he doesn't qualify to be with this woman because she has a high education. We have all heard it. They don't want you to be educated because once you are, you'll be smart enough to not let them in your home. Exactly. Girl, when we talk about these men, these women are having to go to court to evict men out of their homes. I know it's real because in my groups that I socialize in, a girl actually wrote a post saying that she didn't know how to get this man out of her house. Excuse me, she had asked him to leave, but she was in a state where he had been there for a month or something. That's all it takes. He had been there for a month. And since he had been there for a month, she couldn't put him out by law. She would have to quote unquote evict him. These men are sleeping on the couch and like making it comfy and knowing that you can't put them out because you let them in. Ladies, we gotta be so much smarter than that. Get you a roommate in this winter. Yes, it's squatters, girl. Get you a roommate. If you feel like you are gonna come up on some hard times this winter, because this is a crazy, climate that we're in right now with this COVID and all of this type of stuff. But get you a roommate, get you a friend girl that also you get along with and you can deal with or whatever, and y'all go half on them bills until things settle down and men get back to their right minds, okay? But right now, these men are not in their right minds. And y'all don't need to be taking chances letting them in your house like that because even if they aren't abusive, they could just be shiftless and trifling, and then you still can't get them out the house. Okay? But see, if it was me, I'd be then moved. Okay? He'll be paying the bills at that house on his own. All right. I be done found me a new place and left while he was gone, driving Uber for the day or whatever they be doing. Right? Uh-uh. Okay. Can you explain? Why do I need to explain anything? Okay. Can I explain why the black men that are grocery store managers, truck drivers, teachers are invisible to a lot of black women? Why are black women choosing these so-called dusties as baby daddies? Hmm, I don't know. One thing I know is that there are a lot of truck drivers, grocery store managers, and teachers that are making women baby mamas. That's one thing I know. I don't know what type of dusty you talking about, but any man that is creating a child and will allow that child to grow to term, which is 40 weeks, and allow a woman to give birth to that child at 40 weeks without putting a ring on it and marrying her and making sure that his child is born in wedlock is a dusty to me. I don't care if he's a truck driver, a grocery store manager, a lawyer, a doctor, a CEO, a hedge fund manager, a property manager, a real estate tycoon, a oil tycoon, the president of the United States of America. I don't care who he is. If you allow your child to be born out of wedlock, you dusty. FYS, just dusty. So I don't know what type of dusty you describing, but I'm describing any man that allows his child to be born out of wedlock is dusty. And it's not just the unemployed ones that y'all like to fantasize about. It's a lot of these computer scientists and these people with degrees too that's making women baby mamas or single mothers too. So stop it. So stop it. What FYF? Like I just said, it's a lot of those esteemed men in the Black Manosphere, the old one, maybe even the new one, that have made a lot of women single mothers. And these are men that don't even have children. Their first child is born out of wedlock. So stop, okay? Girl, while he's out, change the locks. I'm telling y'all, I will be then moved on that man so quick. Ain't no way you finna stay up in my house and I want you up out of here. Ain't no way. Because the community isn't saturated with truck drivers or teachers and those types of black males too. Girl, I can never say her name. It's Atama Batic Bill. But T, yes, you own it. Okay? That's it exactly, okay? All right. You know what? The thing is, MJ, is that even if they don't look dusty, like if you can look at them and not and say, "Oh, he looks handsome," a lot of black men have the same dusty mentality. Like y'all have no idea how similar a lot of you guys are, regardless of your social economic status, regardless of your education's like attainment, like regardless of if you were born in a two-parent household or not. Like a lot of guys right now in this time, in this phase of life that we are in society, like y'all are very similar. Like I consider you guys to belong to a specific culture, like a black male culture. And y'all follow this culture, all of y'all, regardless if you are a church boy and you go to church all the time, or you a dude in the club and you club hopping every weekend. Y'all do the same things. Y'all participate in the same activities. Y'all treat women the same way. Now, I'm not saying all of them, because some guys have enough common sense to get married, and I'll talk about that tomorrow. But there's a high preponderance of black men that follow the same culture. Y'all do the same things. So it don't even matter if you are educated or not, if you have financial stability or not, if you have your own place or a nice car or not. Like y'all all follow the same black American male culture. Y'all don't prioritize family, you don't prioritize marriage, and you don't value women. And you certainly don't value children. So whatever. I ain't angry towards black men. But that's the thing. FYF, y'all think that if you paint a woman as being angry towards black men, or a woman that's quote unquote hating black men, that will neutralize her statement, and it doesn't. Speak to the facts. Even if, let's just say I was an angry black woman who hated black men, speak to the fact that y'all belong to the same culture, and regardless of your economic status across the board, y'all all participate in the same activities. Speak to that. Like I'm gonna talk about tomorrow a little bit. Speak to the fact that every 21 hours a black woman is dying at the hands of a black man. Speak to that, regardless of if you think I'm angry or not. Speak to my point, okay? Okay, you find a black man with his own house, car, and money, and he still make you a baby mama, then what? Speak to your brothers about valuing women more and marriage more and family more than to be creating these children that they have no desire to take care of and raise. Why don't you do that? Okay, whatever. FYF. Hey, Alexander. Yeah, honest truth. Yes. So I even got a clip from his Alexander, of that lady who sounded like she was in London with Jessica X. Okay, and I'll play it tomorrow. But if that lady in London or wherever she was in the UK is experiencing the same thing, I think you know what I'm talking about, Alexander, is experiencing the same thing way across the pond, with a Kevin Samuels listener or follower, supporter or whatever. I mean, it just brings more credibility to the petition, and it brings more credibility to what Reddit did. So I'm not I'm not displaying anger towards black men. I'm simply stating what it is. The fact of the matter is that 72% of our babies that are born out of wedlock. Not all Dusties are doing that. Y'all tried to lie and say that women were having these babies with the same 20% of men, and that's not true. By the time a black man is 40 years old, um 83%, I think, of them, per the CDC, have children, and 72% of that 83 are born out of wedlock. So stop. Just stop. All right. FYF, please stop. Okay. And yeah, it is universal. It ain't just in America, it's all over the place. And Reddit girl woke Reddit banned MGTOW, MGTOW, and the Manosphere from their forums. So they banned their groups from the forums for promoting
It's 1 o'clock.
for promoting hate speech and inciting violence. The same thing that we've been talking about. No, I wouldn't, FYF, because see, you asked me to come discuss this live with you in the very beginning, and I'm happy that I didn't because it's a waste of time. It's a circular argument. You still want to talk to me about nothing, and I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to argue with women. That's why I didn't go see Courtney, and found out later that it was an ambush with Jessica and them. And that's why I don't want to go see you. I don't want to argue about what we know to be true and what we know to be facts. I'm going to let you stay in the comments though. So don't nobody block FYF, okay? We're going to let him stay in the comments. But no, I don't care to discuss this live. What I would like for you to do on your platform is to get the conversation going regarding Black men valuing marriage and children more and keeping their hands to themselves. Okay? That's what you can do for me. Girl, I be hearing, well, I don't want to say it like that. I hear a lot of African women struggling with their men. Girl, FYF's intentions are not good. He been talking crazy all in these comments ever since this whole thing came about. But he sent me an invitation to interview with him that first week. And I'm so happy that I didn't do it because I would have been sitting there arguing with him. And I don't want to argue with none of these people. That's why I'm not going to their platforms because I don't have time to argue. And I don't have a desire to argue. What y'all can do is speak to the facts, okay? Because what we doing over here is getting our stuff in order, okay? We are focused on this Violence Against Women Act and getting that through Senate. That's our first order of business, getting that recertified through the Senate so that it can be reestablished. And then we'll be focusing on getting an enhancer on sentences for domestic violence or domestic abuse. All right. And if we can get a harsher penalty for those who are MGTOW or in the manosphere, black, white, whatever manosphere, then we're going to have an additional penalty placed on those people. All right. So y'all can argue about Dusties and what Dusties do, but we over here working on bigger things. Okay. And yeah, they make every woman. Okay, any women that deal with Black men take a 72% chance of becoming a single mother. Okay. Not all of them, because it's still what, 28% chance that you won't become a baby mama. But yeah, y'all got like a 72% chance that you will become a baby mama. So a lot of women are steering clear. All right, yeah. So go date white men, like FYF said. But there's more men than just white men. Okay. Just don't date somebody that you know have a high chance of making you a baby mama unless you want to be a baby mama. Girl, right? And they still was talking about that lady after ripping her to shreds. Their goal is to try to tear you down personally instead of, going at your points, your facts. I don't want to argue with you, FYF. Okay, and now I'm not gonna. I don't think it's disrespect. I just think it's a waste of time. So now I'm not gonna respond to you anymore. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they intentionally twist stuff around. Okay, I'll check it out again, Alexander. But I was listening to it live, so I heard most of it. But I'll watch it again. Okay. They really like looking like a fool, and I ain't gonna stop them. That's why I never deleted none of my comments. Y'all go through my comments and see how crazy these men were acting. Yeah, they all want black women to dumb ourselves down. But any woman really, because that's just another way to keep your self-esteem low. All right. If they can keep your self-esteem low, then they can get away with anything. They can do you any kind of way just because you don't have a high enough esteem to say that you deserve more and that you are going to go out and get more. All right. So yeah. All right. So I'm going to get ready to shut this down. Yep. Yep. The one thing is that women in general handle business. When you really talk about this new manosphere thing that they were talking about, and you know what? I never knew that black men felt this way either until I got online. And when I started hearing from other ladies how these men were approaching them in real life with this stuff, I was shocked. At first, I thought it was just on YouTube and like this little corner of YouTube and nobody else could hear it. But when I started hearing that these guys were approaching women like this online, I was shocked. I did not know that black men felt this way. And that's why I support them dating out. Date any other woman besides a black woman, especially if you feel like she's better. Please go and date her because nobody wants anybody to like feel obligated to be with them. Go and date other women, okay? Go and date other women. But with this new manosphere thing, it's being uncovered that most of the people who did the work behind the scenes on this new manosphere thing, this trademark version of the manosphere, it was the women. The women were the ones who were the editors of the articles and got everything together. Like the women did the work for that. And it's crazy that the women on the non-trademark side didn't do that. It's crazy. But women get things done, right? And that's what men are really afraid of, is that women get things done. All right. So anyway, y'all, I'm finna go to bed because I'm trying to see y'all tomorrow between 12 and 1 p.m. Okay. I'm hoping that I get everything in order. I have so many little things that I want to mention or whatever. And I gotta go through it again because I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything. But if I don't want to stay up too late because then it'll be hard for me to get it all done tomorrow. Yeah, they mad. And you know what? I want to have a video. I want to have an open panel where y'all come up, and I'm gonna have to invite Imuna to it because she did a live about this. But where y'all come up and really talk about this color purple thing, because their daddy was saying something about the color purpling of um, the black community, sounding like he was advocating for it. But everything I remember about the color purple was like so dusty and nothing that I would want to see for myself. From what I understand, Celie and Nettie were little girls. They were kids that were married to, or that Mr. wanted to marry, little kids. Okay. So I know that they be promoting dating young women 18 to 25 and ruining their lives with their loser ideology and lifestyle that they want to introduce them to. Um, but yeah, like I need to know about this color purpling thing. What is that about? Because everything I remember from Color Purple was not good. But I watched that movie so long ago. I was like probably a teenager when I watched that movie. So I really don't even remember it. And it's so dusty now that I don't think I want to watch it because I'm too good for that. So I don't even know what conversate means. Okay. So I don't want to conversate with anybody. No, they don't want to have conversations. And most of the women supporters don't want to either. They just want you to get down and lay down and get slapped in your mouth like they are okay with getting slapped in theirs. All right. So anyway, I'm not interested in all of that. Y'all thought that I wanted to have the conversations on my channel to quote unquote clout chase. But if y'all pay attention to what's going on over here, we have a very chill vibe over here, okay? We're not arguing and trying to pick people apart or none of that type of stuff. What we're talking about is the topic at hand. And the conversation that I really would like Black men to have is why are so many Black women being killed? Tomorrow we're gonna go through a website called Black Girl Tragic, okay? We need to know why so many Black men cannot keep their hands to themselves and why they feel justified in using violence against women over words. That's what we need to be talking about. Okay. Yes, you are so right, Alexander. We love simps. Okay. Y'all remember they used to call Russell Wilson a simp? Do y'all remember that? They used to call Russell Wilson a simp. Now, Russell Wilson has set up Sierra and her children lovely for the rest of her life. He made her an honest woman by marrying her right off the bat before they even had children. Like, he dated her publicly and he still shows love and admiration for her publicly. He honors her, and they called him a simp. They called him a simp because to them, they should what is masculine and what's manly is bossing a woman around or shutting her down or closing off opportunities for her or keeping her in a disadvantaged position or diminishing her for who she is and her accomplishments that she's made or not supporting her or being a cheerleader for her or expecting her to be your slave or your maid, right? That's masculine to them. Somebody um, strengthening your net worth, your bottom line, creating a legacy, some financial stability for you and for your children that will impact generations to come, publicly loving you and supporting you and hugging on you in real life for everybody to see. That's not masculine for them. They somehow think that women don't want that. They crazy. They crazy. And have you seen how many woke, have you seen how many men say that's why they'll never be married? These Kevin Samuel supporters say they'll never get married. And if they do get married, they would never marry a Black woman. Can y'all do y'all ever pay attention to that? I remember, you know what, that Mike Rashid is that the he's like a personal trainer or something. Mike Rashid, excuse me, I think that's a personal trainer. But yeah, he did an interview over on that side and they was talking about him for a couple days. But I never looked into it. Yeah. Okay. I never looked into it. But yeah, they call any good man who value women and who have a wife a simp. They'll pretend like they don't today because we done made this petition and called them out and put them on Front Street. All of their asinine comments and beliefs and their culture is now on Front Street and everybody laughing at them for how crazy they've been acting over the past couple years. But just go back 2 years and see what they were saying 2 years ago. 2 years ago when they were in full swing with this stupidness, these asinine comments 2 years ago, okay? They were calling these guys simps. Maybe y'all not bold enough to do it today because y'all know that everybody is pointing fingers at y'all, laughing at y'all. But 2 years ago, y'all felt very empowered and emboldened to be doing it. And ever since this new Manosphere thing that happened, a lot of y'all done been quiet. Y'all done went shh, shh. Y'all done hushed it up because another group of men who came out and know how to take care of business and get things in writing, in black and white writing, started making their moves and started talking about real community advancement. And y'all sitting there looking dumb, worried about weave and makeup. Y'all can't talk about people wearing weave no more when y'all got men over here talking about building infrastructure. Girl, Jess, he think he's so important. That's why I didn't go on his show, because he think he is so important. Ain't nobody talking about you. Girl, Kevin Samuels is trying to stay awake, okay? He ain't drinking that Red Bull for no reason. He tired. Hell, he tired. Right? Yeah, I'm finna get ready to go. It's late. It's getting late. I never said that I was referring to all black men. See how FYS just want somebody to talk to him? I never said I was referring to all black men. Right? I got so much other stuff to do, Alexander. Mm-mm. They want to be like women. They want women to take them out, surprise them on dates, and take them on trips and all kind of stuff. They don't realize how much we losing it. Put your channel down there, woke. Yeah, Gigi, you see I'm trying to go, girl. Woke, put your channel down there real quick, and then I'm gonna see y'all in the morning. So everybody who wanna catch up and stay current on what woke got going on, we can sub to you. Bye, FYS. FYF. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Yeah. For any of the ladies that want to have a place in our inner circle group, send me an email at GoldieJones1205, and I'll be emailing you probably tomorrow about, okay, woke. I'll be emailing y'all tomorrow about the next steps because we're gonna need some letter writers. We're gonna need some people to make some phone calls. We're gonna need some people to participate in the email campaign. So yeah. All right. Y'all send me your email. I know, Jessica, I said that I was gonna um email a couple days ago, but I had to reset everything and get my mind back right. All right. Okay. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? And maybe between 12 and 1, okay? See y'all then. Thanks for coming through. See y'all tomorrow. Bye. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.